Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, they play around with this location too much.
Even as they'll talk
Every time I'm here, they always
Ukraine, which
do
happens to be a
that.
nation that, who would have guessed, is also persecuting Christians.
That was.
And so I tend to focus on areas where others are focused. I tend to hate saying things when others are already saying them. Yes, I wrote Woke Inc. at a time when no one was talking about those issues. Now every Republican candidate wants to have a pissing contest over who's more anti-woke, and that's fine. I share my convictions, but I don't like to repeat what others are repeating. When it comes to foreign policy, it's the same way for me. It's that let's talk about what nobody else is talking about. Now, I also have different views on how to deal with brewing conflict in the Middle East, how to bring the Ukraine war to a close. My view is there's no point in just saying what everybody else is saying. We're to talk about actual dimensions that get us to truth.
In and out needs to control their lines, and this is every in and out in California. Don't know why they have such many damn lines, such a damn line. Causing traffic jams and almost an accident just now. Especially people driving their high beam.
To build the border defenses of the future. But that is Israel's decision to make, not ours. That is what David Ben-Gurion would tell Israel to do. That is what George Washington would tell the United States to do. Elaborate more, Background Islamic. So I am all in for Israel pursuing an Israel first agenda. And the U.S. job as an ally is to make sure that Israel has a diplomatic iron dome protecting them from the UN or anybody else, stopping them from doing what they need to do to defend their own country. Israel is our most important ally in the Middle East. It is also not our 51st state. And my view is that the U.S. job to get keep our commitment. I will always stand by our commitment. The $3+ billion per year in aid that we send to Israel. But I do not want to get involved, the U.S. involved militarily in this war either. My ultimate view in Iran would be you stay out, we stay out. The IDF can get its job done. And yes, I'm rooting for Israel's success. Hamas in Israel was subhuman. It was medieval. Israel is our friend and ally in the Middle East, and we support them as a friend and ally, diplomatic, intelligence sharing, otherwise. But I don't want to get us, the United States of America, I'm the president, that's what my moral obligation is, into another prolonged no-win war in the Middle East. Charlie, what I see in the GOP today is it's Dick Cheney 2.0 all over again, trying to take this party over again. And it's in many ways it's Dick Cheney 2.0 the Republican Party that's even worse than some of the Democrats. So forget the partisan filter. Make somebody in Iraq and Afghanistan in one end. It's the Taliban still in charge 20 years later, for God's sake. Hamas planning American repeat in Iraq. By the next generation due to those two wars alone. So no, that's not going to happen on my watch. And I think that's the actual choice in this deal.
Approaching a railroad crossing.
Go the way of the past. You want Dick Cheney 2.0. Escalating in this case potentially to World War III because we've got Russia and Ukraine going on at the same time. Well, Russia and China are in military alliance with one another. Do you want World War III? Do you want to be taken there by people like the Nikki Haley's of the world who will make money doing it? Bombs explode, their bank account grows. Do you want to go that direction of the past? Or do you want to go the direction of the future, which I think is America First, that is far bigger than just the Republican Party and excludes much of the Republican Party in it too, which is why I could care less for the Republican versus Democrat debate on this issue.
Yeah, the consensus in the Republican primary
they closed
is
this.
invade the world, invite the world. And Nikki Haley is clamoring to get us into another war with Iran. You have been morally clear with the Russian-Ukrainian war. And so, Vivek, you've been more and more vindicated with that as we continue onward. It is a tragedy and, honestly, a slaughter of the Ukrainian people. I don't know if you saw the recent Time magazine piece, Vivek. It's sad and depressing and really heavy what is happening in Ukraine. All preventable. Talk about the contrast between your vision for America First foreign policy and the other people running for the presidency, absent Donald Trump, that want more money, more arms. In fact, even Mike Pence, before he dropped out, he visited Ukraine, a meat grinder basically for nothing.
Yeah, so I think there's two America First candidates in this race, and we can talk about distinctions there, but the real deep divide in the GOP is Donald Trump and myself are America First candidates. Everybody else is a neocon looking for Dick Cheney 2.0. And it's a worldview.
That's not even the
so I'm not
trash
just going to
can there
criticize
was.
it. One worldview is that it's America's job to be a hegemon, and part of being a hegemon means that you have to make moral judgments elsewhere and use the U.S. military to enforce those moral judgments. That's a neutral description. That's what they would say. That's a view I disagree with. My view is different. I'll give you an analogy. I'm a father. I have 2 sons. My moral obligation as a father is to my family. Period. My moral obligation as the next president is exclusively to the citizens of this country. Period. That's it. Not some other country, not some other nation, not some nebulous global citizenship. It is to this nation. The citizens of our homeland, the United States of America. And so my view is I look at every conflict through that prism. The Ukraine conflict doesn't advance that interest. It's not advancing any U.S. interest. It's driving Russia further into China's arms. I don't think we should be sending more money to Ukraine. I think it is a kleptocracy. The irony now is it's not even helping the objectives that we said it was helping. Some mid-level Ukrainian bureaucrat's able to buy a bigger house because we sent money over there. That's what we're now seeing, is it's a total kleptocracy. We knew it beforehand. Now we know it on our own dime. And then the irony is, even for the good versus evil crowd in Ukraine, and I think that's different in the Hamas versus Israel conflict. I think there is a right side and a wrong side of this. On the Ukraine version of this, just because Putin is bad doesn't mean that Ukraine is good, some paragon of democracy. It's not. It's a country that's banned 11 opposition parties. The leader celebrates Nazis in his own ranks, goes after Christians in his own country, says he won't hold elections this year unless the U.S. forks over more money, consolidates all media into one state TV media arm. Anybody ever ask the question of why Russia had such an easy time in eastern Ukraine, but not other parts of Ukraine? Because the parts of eastern Ukraine that they occupy in the Donbass are Russian-speaking regions that haven't been represented in the Ukrainian parliament for nearly 10 years, so there was no counter-resistance. So these are hard facts in the Russia-Ukraine case that make that one easy. In the Israel case, what Hamas did to Israel, absolutely, I do think is an example of good versus evil, evil versus good. Hamas's attack on Israel was subhuman. And I think we should diplomatically, absolutely stand with Israel in intelligence sharing and keep our prior pre-existing commitment. But through an America First lens, I think it's wrong. If you're going to call that an attack on America, as other politicians have, you don't know what an attack on America is, you have no business being in the leadership of America, because when those kind of people lead America, that's exactly when you are going to get an attack on America. We need to use that as a reminder to protect our own homeland, because if that can happen in Israel, that can happen here in the United States too, especially when you have leaders who are asleep at the switch that are in charge focused on other conflicts except for our own homeland here at home. So that's the way I look at it. It is a deep divide in the GOP today. It is the defining divide. Everything else, everybody agrees that guys shouldn't be competing with women in sports competitions. Great, got that. I'm on board for that too. I was early in talking about those issues. Fine, we got that. Let's talk about where we actually disagree, and I do think it's on the vision for America's role and the use of American resources and lives in the world. And I think we have a deep divide, and we need to sort it out.
Vivek Ramaswamy continues after the break. Vivek, stay right there. Email us freedom@charliekirk.com. Subscribe to our podcast, relieffactor.com. We have some Relief Factor right here. It's 100% drug-free. They sent us some more. It's beautiful. So check it out right now, relieffactor.com. That is relieffactor.com. I'll make sure I get this accurately. If you're living with aches and pains, see how Relief Factor, a daily drug-free supplement, can help you feel better and live longer. Every day. To get started, try the Relief Factor 3-week quick start. It's only $19.95. Comes with a feel better or your money back guarantee. Visit relieffactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4RELIEF. Keith says, little to no pain in my knees and highly reduced neck pain, feeling so much better. He even pursued a second-degree black belt. I encourage you guys to check it out right now at relieffactor.com. That is relieffactor.com. 100% drug-free Relief Factor is amazing. Goes after inflammation successfully and effectively. So please check it out right now, relieffactor.com. That is relieffactor.com. 100% drug-free Relief Factor. Vivek Ramaswamy continues after the break. This
decade is looking like the worst one to retire or be retired in. Now more than ever, you need to stay ahead of turbulent markets and money-grubbing politicians. That's why you need Bob Carlson's Retirement Watch. For more than 30 years, Bob Carlson's Retirement Watch has been helping Americans invest, protect, and grow their assets. A Retirement Watch subscription gives you must-have advice on all aspects of your retirement. Independent advice you won't get anywhere else. When you subscribe to Retirement Watch, you'll get 3 months of Bob Carlson's Retirement Watch newsletter. You'll also get Bob's 5 model portfolios and 5 free reports, including the hidden rules of retirement, hidden real estate tax bombs to avoid, cashing in on Congress's $350,000 retirement shocker, plus 2 more free reports, and an exclusive conference call with Bob Carlson answering your retirement questions. The newsletter, free reports, the conference call, all for just $19.95. Sign up today at yourretirementwatch.com. Yourretirementwatch.com. That's yourretirementwatch.com.
It's a heartbreaking fact. On any given night, over 34,000 people are homeless in the Bay Area. More and more struggle to afford housing in our community, living below the poverty line or suffering from mental illness. The Bay Area Rescue Mission is fighting homelessness and needs your help. When you donate at bayarearescue.org, you're helping to provide nourishing meals, safe shelter for the night, and a nurturing environment for needy families. Since 1965, the Bay Area Rescue Mission has been delivering the hope of the gospel message to each and every one they reach. With so many lives in financial turmoil, your partnership with the Bay Area Rescue Mission is critical to meet the physical and spiritual needs of hurting families. Your gift helps men and women complete the mission's recovery program and successfully return to productive lives. To share your tax-deductible gift of hope today, simply go to bayarearescue.org. Love without limits. The Bay Area Rescue Mission. bayarearescue.org.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-775-5622. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-775-5622. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-775-5622. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for by Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Mike Gallagher explains that the war goes deeper.
You know, I've got colleagues and friends, they want to talk policy and they want to talk X's and O's. Let me tell you something. It's bigger than any of that. This is spiritual, biblical chapters that are being played out before our very eyes.
The Mike Gallagher Show, weekday mornings at 6, right before Dennis Prager at 9, and 8:60 a.m. The Answer.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandin.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandin, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
Want to be as healthy and happy as you can be in 2023? Tune into the Healthiest Hour on Radio. Hi, it's the Snowman inviting you to join us this Saturday morning for a stellar lineup of guests and information to help you get into the best shape of your life while increasing your Make those New Year's resolutions stick by sticking with us all year long to keep your mind and body healthy and strong. It's David Snow on Dr. Elf Radio this Saturday morning at 9 here on 8:60 a.m. The Answer.
The Charlie Kirk Show on 8:60 a.m. The Answer.
Welcome back, everybody. Email us freedom@charliekirk.com. Okay, Vivek, I got to play a piece of tape. One of my favorite guys out there, Patrick Bet David, is going viral. He's trying to get down to the heart of the matter here. Play cut 47.
I'm sure your marketing team points out how they're trying to win the marketplace. Okay, sure they're doing it. Can you bring this one clip? I know you were on, what do you call this? On, what was it? Bill Maher, and Bill Maher talked about the boots. I've seen you walk with these boots. Go ahead and play this clip. This on TikTok went viral. It doesn't have 1 million views. It doesn't have, 10 million views. This thing's got 1.2 million likes. And some people are wondering,
what are they? I don't even know. I haven't seen that.
What they're not showing you. Okay, what they're trying to say with this is that in your boots, you have heels.
No. Yeah, those are just standard off-the-rack Lucchese
How tall are you guys?
5'11".
5'11"? Okay. Why don't you wear tennis shoes and dress shoes?
That is Ron DeSantis and Patrick Bet-David. Meg, have you noticed something remarkable?
Well, I mean, I wasn't going to bring this up myself, but I did get a kick out of it when I saw that video. I did notice that Ron had certainly different shoes when I saw him at the debate stage than I'm accustomed to see it normally. So, it's not typically my style. Focus on the issues is where I go, but yeah, I think that I thought he grew a little bit since I'd seen him a couple of years ago, but I think each person to make their own sartorial choices to themselves. I have a lot of criticisms and differences on policy, but that wasn't one of the places where I was going to hit him. A late bloomer.
So, Vivek, talk about the race. How are you feeling? The field is narrowing. The message, you've been very precise on America First type mantras and policies. There's a debate coming up with NBC, and I know you're going to handle it, but it drives me nuts that the RNC is doing something with NBC. Why wouldn't they have a debate? I don't know, with Steve Bannon or Tucker Carlson or Megyn Kelly. I want you to comment on that debate, because you'll be fine. You'll joust great with Kristen Welker and Lester Holt. And Q Hewitt, who's a great friend of Vladdy Paul, so I accept Q from that. He's amazing. But the NBC is a complete waste of time. Vivek, how's the race going, and your thoughts on the enemy NBC News moderating a debate?
Well, I think it's good it's thinning out. I think it's a good thing that Mike Pence is out. Frankly, if you want the old version of the neocon worldview, there's plenty of choices in this race. Pence was there, Scott, Haley could go straight down the list. I don't think people need 4 or 5 or 6 of those choices. One is plenty. One of those choices in the race is probably front-select representatives. I think that Mike Pence did a good thing for the country by getting the heck out of the race, and I would think that others could probably do well to follow his lead. My view on the debate is, look, they've been pretty lame so far the way they've been done, and I hope in the field allows me to really ask the questions that nobody else is asking. Right? If the moderators aren't going to do it, I'm going to get there and do the job myself. Smoking out where this deep ideological divide is about whether we want to send our sons and daughters to fight other people's wars and rack up national debt doing it for not. And I hope it's not some sort of virtue signaling fest where we're all competing on who's actually saying the easy thing we all agree on in a more indignant way. No, I think that the other candidates deserve to be held to account. I want to talk about corruption in politics. It's something that we don't talk about enough. And the Republican Party, I think, frankly, is not that much better than the opposition here. I think the Republican Party has gotten in the way of actually having open debate. When I was called to spar with Chris Christie, I said I would do it. If I want to spar with RFK or a different candidate, I'm happy to do it. But the Republican Party's gotten in the way in saying that the rules don't really apply to allowing for inter-candidate debate. I just don't think that's productive. And frankly, I'm going to check out how this one goes, and then I'll make decisions about future debates after that, whether it's useful. I think Tucker would be an awesome moderator.
Yeah,
I think it's a great idea.
Again, the RNC.
I think you and Tucker. You and Tucker should do one of the debates. Actually, why not?
You're very kind, but
Two generations.
Yeah, what I told
good to me.
What I told the RNC is, listen, guys, instead of this NBC thing, okay, Turning Point Action, they don't want to do this, but they can't stand it. But I said, listen, we come in, we have Bannon or Bongino, Walsh.
Yeah, that'd be good too.
Whatever. You can have different flavors. You could have Shapiro, who's great, but more neoconservative than I am on foreign policy stuff. So that's fine. But why don't you have? I don't understand. Republican primary. Why don't you have leading media figures, Glenn Beck, any one of these people, right? Then you have a series of these forums or debates. I don't care what Lester Holt has to say. Final thoughts, debate.
So look, I actually think that you raise a pretty interesting point where we should have multiple perspectives across the conservative movement challenging candidates. And I do think that the real issue that I have with this narrowly is